Hey YouTube, it's CFB Central here, coming at you guys with a video for the first time in months. It's going to be a deck profile of my Pale Moons. I recently took this deck to a box tournament at my locals, and I wound up splitting first with a friend of mine, so that was pretty cool. There were good people, like really good people in the tournament, like Brandon Smith, who was the first regional winner in Toronto, and then Brandon Bastinelli, who was the regional winner in Chicago. I ended up beating them both. I beat Brandon Bastinelli in top 4, and then Brandon Smith on the last round of Swiss before they cut the top. So, yeah. It wasn't this exact build, but it was, I'm not even going to say it was kind of similar, because I didn't have a bunch of the cards at the time. Like, I was missing some of the key cards for the deck. But, yeah, we'll get right into it. 3 Roberts, he's your main Vanguard. He allows you to put food in your soul for other cards and for your late game pushes. And then the ability to check the top card of your deck is actually really useful, and it helps a lot with another card coming up later in the deck. You have 3 Alice. This is a pressure card. The opponent almost never lets us hit, which I'm fine with because I'm eating a bunch of guard from their hands, forcing them to 10, or if I hit a trigger, 15k guard it all the time to stop me from doing crazy combos and whatnot. And then last grade 3s, 2 Silverthorn Dragon Tamer Locklear. At first I was like in love with this card. Like, I wanted to run it because I thought it was like amazing, and then I hated it and took it out, and then I put it back in again, and it's been working like great for me. Like, I think I was just using it wrong at first. I was right at too early, and yeah. This card you only want to use when it's like your last turn and you know that you can win the turn with a big push, or if your like field is not ideal and you can't really form good columns, you can call this and like call out the thing that you've been soul charting with Robert the whole time to make decent columns. Grade 2s, you have 1 Peekaboo. This was the card that won me like the whole box tournament. This plus Robert is like just 3 pluses all day long, and yeah, this guy allowed me to conserve hands so I had more guard, my perfect shields were more alive, and this card was just like amazing during the box tournament. Now, with the direction I'm taking now, I don't use its ability as much, but I still play it just in case I need that extra attacker to come out the soul, or if I need Trapeze fodder. Got 4 Cerberus. You want this card in your soul so you can bring it out with when you do the Trapezes combo, unless you either want this or an Alice in your soul. So yeah, he's just your ideal grade 2 Vanguard. 3 Dancing Princess of the Night Sky. I don't play Crimson Beast Tamers, which is what makes this card like really good, but I do play Peekaboo, and it also helps me to put some missing combo pieces in my soul. Like, if I didn't ride the Cerberus, I'll put this in the soul, or if I didn't ride the purple Trapezes, I'll put that into my soul. So it just helps fix like what you're missing in your soul for the combos. It's really good. And then my tech card. It's probably the most used tech card in all of Vanguard, but 3 high-speed Brackies. I'll explain why this card is good later. It helps a lot with the pushes in the deck, that's all I'm going to say. Grade 1s, you have the 4 Hades Hypnotist, the perfect shields. 4 Midnight Bunnies. This card is absolutely amazing. It's a 7k booster. When it attack hits anything, or when it boosts and attack hits anything, you can Counter Blast 1, move to the soul to call out 1 card from your soul. And the card you're most likely going to be calling out is Purple Trapezist. This card is like the nuts, especially in the battle phase or combat. When you call out with a bunny or an Alice, you bring it out, and then, like, let's say you're attacking, most people already know this combo, but say you're attacking with something like this is your column, and then you attack something and it hits. Then you activate Bunny's Counter Blast, moves to the soul, call out Purple Trapezist, and then you put this to the soul. You can call out like the exact same copy of this, or anything else that you attacked with earlier. So now you can attack again for another 16k column. So basically just like paid a Counter Blast of 1 to stand, which stand both units, which is really good. And last for the grade 1s, Oh, I have 3 Skull Jugglers. I know these are proxies. My locals didn't have any, so I had to actually order them off eBay. So, and I'm not sure when they're coming in. So, yeah. This card works. I'm not a huge fan of random soul charging with cards like this, but just because I play Robert with my Vanguard, if I like check the top card and something like a Purple Trapezist or like some card I'm missing in my soul, then I can call this and soul charge that card. Whereas if I see it's a trigger or something, I just won't call this, so I won't have to soul charge a trigger from the top of my deck. So yeah, that's why I prefer him over the 8K, because all the 8K did was help me against 11K Vanguards, which the only ones right now that are really being played are Spectral Duke Dragon and Tsukiyomi, and for both of those they have to have the Riot Chain off, so I'm not too worried about facing against 11K Vanguard, especially since on the tournament I played against 11K Vanguards and I was just fine. Yeah. Then for the trigger lineups, you have a 4 crit, 4 more crit, 4 draw, 4 heal, and the starting Vanguard is Girl Across the Gap. Girl Across the Gap is a really good card. I just don't use it to scale as much, because I only use it when I either need an attacker, when I either soul charge an attacker, like Alice, or if I need to pull out a Midnight Bunny for my soul or something. Other than that, it just sits behind the Vanguard, because the thing is, I can't hit my Vanguard unless it's Lockweir after it uses Limit Break. Can't hit for 20 anyways, so if it comes out to 15 column with Robert, so it's already a good enough columns where I don't have to use the effect. I can save it for using Bunny more, or Alice, or Lockweir's Limit Break. Now to explain this card, High Speed Bracky. This column, let's say this is like my ideal field, something like this. Let's just get out. There it is. Alice and this. So having a field like this with these cards like this in the soul. Actually, I don't need this in the soul, but yeah, having a field like this is just really powerful, because say you attack with your Vanguard, you don't even need to hit a trigger or whatever. You attack with your Alice, they block it. Then you attack something with this by soul blasting a card. So that's 21k. So they're gonna need at least 15k to block this attack. And if they can't, then your Bracky goes back to the deck. Then you counterblast for Bunny. Bring out the Trapezist, and then you activate Trapezist Soul on Alice. Put Alice in the soul and call Alice back out over here again. And then you get another 16k column, and when this hits, your Alice can go into the soul to call out like a Barking Kerberos, or attack and kill off a rear guard for 10k or whatever. So it's just this card helps to get those big pushes off, because then it requires them to have more guard, and you always have enough soul because you use Robert, so soul blasting one never really hurts you. Before this I was actually playing Mirror Demon, but I just found that I didn't need it, because I would always have Alice or 2 bunnies or whatever, and then I never, having rows of Alice and Bunny is good, but it eats up a lot of counterblasts, and it's just not. I just rather have an Alice and boost by something, and a Bunny boosting something, as opposed to an Alice, a Bunny, or a Mirror Demon and Bunny. So yeah, that's about it for this video though. Let you guys know what you want to see next below. I'll probably post a trade binder update, because when I logged back onto YouTube, I had a bunch of messages asking for stuff that I no longer had, and I keep getting more messages asking for stuff I no longer have, so I'll probably have to post an updated trade binder just so I can stop getting those messages. But yeah, that's about it for now. CFB Central signing out. Peace.